NBA recap, the Grizzlies looking to make it 4 in a row, hosting San Antonio. Let's go to the first quarter. The ageless Vince Carter tosses a touchdown to Marc Gasol. He lays it in, put the Grizz up by 6.
Carter's playing so well right now. Fun to watch.
Early in the fourth quarter now, Mike Conley intercepts a bad pass by Manu Ginobili. Takes it coast to coast for the layup. He had a team-high 19. 2.5 to go. Marc Gasol gives it to older brother Powell with the driving layup and one. Shuts the door on San Antonio. Memphis wins 104.
Give it to him, little blow.
96 and hands the Spurs their first back-to-back losses since January 27th and 29th, just to show you how good the Spurs team is if you needed any of that.
So consistent.
We're used to seeing the Grizzlies being pretty consistent as well, but what kind of a statement is it for Memphis to beat the Spurs right now?
A big one. I think a big one. I think they both play a similar type of style, and I think when you can kind of go and beat the Spurs at their game, it says something. I love the way Memphis holds home court and plays to their advantage, feeding off that grindhouse crowd, and it seems to play more into their hands and allow them to play their style even more so when they are at home, and that's something that really impressed me tonight. I think this is a real barometer. Anytime you can play the Warriors, the Cavs, the Rockets, as far as I'm concerned, and hand them a defeat, except when the Clippers play the Cavs and no one's playing. That's a little different. But anytime you can get those three teams, those are opportunities where it's a litmus test. It's a barometer of where you're at as a team, because those are all three teams typically, when they're at their full strength, that bring it. And you got to play an A-plus game to beat them. That's what you got out of Memphis tonight. I thought they were tremendous. They got contributions from a lot of different guys. Conley was great with 19 points and 7 rebounds, 6 assists tonight. You get a little help from Zebo adding in with 18 points. Gasol has a good game. And defensively, I think they did their job, especially late in this game, to preserve that lead. It looked like the Spurs were going to kind of come back and make this interesting, and they got stops when they needed to late, and that's what the Grizzlies are all about. And that's that identity I'm talking about, being able to kind of take you out of your sets offensively, frustrate you so you don't have easy looks, and preserve leads late in games. And that's exactly what Memphis was able to do. A convincing, impressive win for them. And they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. Wherever they wind up with that seeding and whoever faces them, just so much experience, so many veteran guys on this team that just know how to win and play to their strengths. They don't really get outside of what they do. And I think that's something that comes with experience in this league.
The Grizzlies have experience beating the Spurs. They're 2-0 against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. It does. How often do the Spurs go winless against a fellow conference opponent that, it's not very often. So these are quality wins, and I think it really bodes well for Memphis going forward. You never know. Could wind up seeing the Spurs in the Western Conference playoffs. So the fact that they've got some good tape to watch, to analyze, to dissect, and say, this is how we were able to take it to them 2 times in the regular season. Let's play into those strengths. That's pretty good for a Memphis team that, like I said, I just wouldn't want to see in the playoffs. They're slow, they're methodical, they kind of just bleed you out slow, and we saw that tonight. That's kind of how they won this game against San Antonio.